Hello again. We continue on the setup of our tank. Now after we set up the basic things like spawning, assimilating physics, now let's make the tank move. Before use enemy class, we'll make another animation blueprint. And now choose the vehicle component and let's scroll down. For the mass, I will increase the mass of the tank, make it like 30,000 because it is a big tank, and activate here throttle as a brake, because when you go back and you press forward it should act as a brake. Now here go to the engine setup in the vehicle. You choose the vehicle component, go to the engine setup, torque curve, create external curve, put it here in the tank gain. Let's call it tank engine curve. Sorry. Let's open it and let's add a key. This curve will represent the power curve for the tank. So first key will be 0. The other key, add another key. Let's move it upward. Maybe in a second it reaches the maximum torque. Let's make it auto. Also let's make it auto to make it smooth. Also let's add another key. Remember to click on this line and add a key. Here also make it auto. Well, maybe after 2 seconds it slightly decreases in power, and I will leave it like this. Now let's go back to the tank here. The torque, I will increase the torque, maybe 2000, because it is a tank. Here throttle, sorry, input action throttle, and here we will need input action turn. Now first we need to do another thing. Get this vehicle component and cast it to chaos world vehicle component, and promote it to a variable, because we need to use this. We use the data in this one. Let's get our variable here. Now for the throttle we need first set throttle input. We only need the trigger and the action value. Also like I said, we will use the throttle as the brake, so we want set brake input. We want the brake input is the opposite of the throttle input, so we multiply it by -1. So that when you move forward the brake is 0. When you give it a backward, the brake will be will be the max, and this one will be 0. For the turn, let's copy this. We need to set the yaw input. Set yaw input. Before we try our tank, let's go back to our vehicle movement component and scroll down until you find the arcade control. Here, the torque control. Yaw torque scaling. Let's start by maybe 5 and experiment with it. Now let's try our tank. Now we are only doing single player until we complete our tank. Now can you see it's turning, but it's too fast, so let me decrease it, maybe make it 2. Now it's turning. Here for the turning, need also to connect this for the complete and the ongoing to make sure it knows that the throttle is stopped. Also, let's increase the maybe decrease the weight of the tank. This may be too heavy. Make it 20,000. Oh no, let's try. It's turning. It doesn't move. We forgot something. We forgot the wheels. Let's open the wheels. Also, we leave the axle unidentified. Here, choose it affected by engine, by handbrake, and ABS enabled. Traction control, leave it. And now, and also here we need to change the wheel mass. Let's increase it, make it 50 kilo, and the radius slightly increase it, make it 35. The width also 30. Also, let's go back here to the suspension. Here the spring rate and the preload, we need to increase this to make the vehicle you saw the vehicle, you see it now that it is close to the ground and stiff. Now it is moving. But it's like stiff, and the suspension is like it is failing, so we need to increase this one. Maybe this one make it 750, and this one make it 250. For the also increase the max brake torque, make it more than the weight of the vehicle. Now the vehicle is 20,000, so let's make it 25,000. The handbrake, make it 30,000. Now let's try our tank. Now that you see the suspension looks better. Now the wheels do not move because we do not have a animation blueprint. So here let's make a new folder, call it animations. Here let's make a new animation blueprint. Assign the T72 skeleton to it. Let's call it nmbp underscore T72. Let's open this one. Here we need some input from our vehicle. Well, now I will leave it. I will only make the wheels move. First, look for mesh reference pose space mesh space ref pose, and also look for wheel handler or wheel. I think I change its name to wheel controller maybe. Sorry, another important thing, not forget it. Here in the class settings, the anim instance, change it to vehicle anim instance. It's important. Let's look for the wheel controller. Now let's go back to our tank and implement it here. Go to the mesh and here T72 and Abrams. Now it is fine. Now let's test. See the wheels, they are moving, they have suspension. Now the tank is moving. Now let's also implement the handbrake. Input action and handbrake. Duplicate this one. Let's look for handbrake. Set handbrake input. Here. Let's make a branch. Check if the it is pressed. If it is pressed, set the handbrake to active, and if it is released, set it to released. And let's let's make sure that the handbrake have the pressed and released. Yes, it has. So instead of using this, we need this one. And let's delete this branch, we don't need it. On started, it will set it to true, and on I'm pressing the button to set it to false. Now let's try it. Now we move forward and let's apply the handbrake. Now it's stopping. Now we can move again. Now stop. I will stop at this part. Before we stop, let me show you the first replicated actor. Now let's go to the class defaults. Look for replicate movement. It's already replicated, and also the actor, the pawn is already replicated. The vehicle is already replicated on default. So let's increase the number of the players and make it as listen server. Now let's also choose this one, new editor window. Now we'll spawn multiple. Sorry. First, we need to add more player start to allow other tanks to spawn. Now let's begin. You see, now they spawn. Now you see it is already replicated. The movement is already replicated. It is now the most simple replication. Let's put them side by side. Let's see if they move. Let's maybe ram this one. Let's come and ram them both. Now we have our first replicated actor. So I will stop at this point. I'll see you on the next video.